Welcome to John Boy and Jake Radio, episode number 202. The date is April 21st. The topics are sports and news. Jake playing through a hurt back, BBD in the bottom right, and me wearing a baseball in my head. Let's do it. Welcome to the show. Happy Tuesday, Jake, your least favorite day of the week. Hope it hasn't attacked you yet. Has it?
Tuesday life, man. That's where we're at. We've got 3 Tuesdays a week now. And it's it just is what it is. This strained muscle pinch nerve situation is not ideal, despite everyone out there trying to get one of them. But yeah, hurting pretty good. Nice mix of Advil, icy hot. I got the heating pad going, do some old lady stretches here and there, but to make it better. Right now, the best solution is just shower. So, I don't know, just 2 long showers a day I got going right now, which that's kind of huge for me. But
that's nice.
Yeah, otherwise
nice
we're living the dream over here.
Hot shower, your skin, you finding that your skin's rather dry?
No. Are you?
I'm not showering twice a day. That dries out your skin. But I hope that
not Poppy's greasy skin, babe.
Good call.
I could cook pasta sauce over here if I wanted.
You think? That's gross, Jake.
Yeah.
That's something. Well, you are mastering the heating pad. Nothing. Not much. Just chilling. I don't know. Life. Weekends are weird. Didn't do anything. I was in a funk all weekend, I think. So I didn't do much. We were going to paint. We didn't paint. Saturday, I had like a lazy day, but I didn't want to have a lazy day. So I was mad at myself because I should have just woke up and started working right away. But I thought, nah, it's the weekend. Let's not do it. And then maybe I'll work later at night. Whatever. It sucked. I was mad at myself. But I'm good. I'm happy. I like Tuesdays. I got my coffee. So I'm doing well. We got a lot of shows coming out today. That's why I love Tuesdays. And also because opposite than you, Monday's my bad day, and then Tuesday I accept the week. Where you have your theory is you're one day behind. Wednesday's when you accept the week. Tuesdays when you're
Monday's a necessary evil. Monday has to exist. It's like it's a yin and yang thing in the world.
Mm-hmm. Monday does have to exist. Just another manic Monday.
Like Tuesday doesn't fucking have to happen. Like if you went Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, I think everyone would be cool with that.
What if you go Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Friday?
Oh my God, no. Tragic. Back-to-back T days? You're nuts. People are mixing up their schedules. Oh, I thought that would be every like high school kid's excuse. Tuesday, Thursday. Oh my God, the T's got me again.
That is true. That is a good point.
I mean, you got to think about these things, Jim.
Wednesday blows. I don't mind Wednesday.
Wednesday's a tough start, but a good finish.
Monday and Wednesday are easily my least favorite days of the week.
Can't do, but the people know my stance on the days of the week.
What was your weekend like? What did you do? Just laid around hurt?
What did we do? Yeah. Hurting pretty good. Yeah. And it's like when I wake up because I'm kind of in pain unless I take my drugs. Yeah, man, I don't even know. Oh, we do have one highlight that's pretty neat. We've started watching Friday Night Lights, the TV show. So that's pretty huge.
That is huge. The first episode's I think not great. Did you? How deep have you got?
Great.
Yeah, first step's never great.
I think we're 3 or 4 in at this point. And I mean, I know it. I didn't watch every episode, but I mean, it was so much a part of kind of our high school culture when we were there. And I don't know, just seeing bits and pieces from different episodes. So I kind of know the characters. I know a little bit of where some of the things are heading, but it's a good show. So, and long episodes, which is pretty huge. I don't think I've watched an hour-long ep show in a while. So,
yeah, it is a weird watch because they botched season 2, one storyline really bad to the point where they like apologized to the viewers because it was so bad. And then season 3 is when the writer's strike happened. And so the season just ends, you know, because they so like, I wonder when people binge it when they're like, wait, what's going on? Because you like the writer's strike, they don't like let you know. Like, wait, that ended abruptly. Like they should put on the binge thing like the writer's strike happened, so this was the last episode, but it wasn't supposed to be the last episode.
Yeah, I mean, I probably won't even notice that, but
yeah. Well, I mean, because every season ends with like a championship besides the third. They don't even do it.
Sure.
So I was like, wait, what? There's one episode from Friday Night Lights and one scene that I go back and watch a lot that I really enjoy. I think it's in the 4th season. Just Taylor and Riggins being stand-up men, role models.
Sure.
Yeah, that's awesome. Whose decision was that? Jess's? Yours?
Oh, it's kind of a team decision. Jess is a big fan, and I mean sports. So
sports. Get your sports fix there.
Yeah.
Cool. Well, we want to talk about Friday Night Lights for a full hour? It's great series.
We can. I mean, it'd be really have to ease into it. Your girl, Minka Kelly.
So hot.
Trying to think what else we got.
You know, Peter Berg made Friday Night Lights, and Peter Berg is Film 45 is his company.
Yep.
That's cool. That's cool.
Little blind info for the people. Yeah, man, I'm trying to think of anything. Oh, I mean, Jordan Doc, we're going to talk about that with the Deportes. I'm trying to think like what else happened this weekend. I don't know.
I watched the movie The Gentleman by Guy Ritchie. So dude, I watched it. Kate and I watched it. We were both hooked. Like both like phones down, enjoying it. And I was like halfway through, like, wow, like we're both really into this. Because I don't mind picking up my phone during a show or for like someone else. But I think it's just kind of part of life now when you're sitting on the couch, especially quarantine time. But we were both really into it. I like Guy Ritchie films. And then as soon as it was over, I know that Evan of Evan & Co. also likes Guy Ritchie films. So I texted him. Check this out, Jake. I texted him and said, did you see The Gentleman? And his response...
He watched it this weekend.
Yes, his response was a picture of his TV and say, is this a sick joke? I finished it 30 seconds ago.
Yeah.
So Evan and I were watching the same movie at the same time, but didn't plan it. Then it was awesome because we got to post-game talk about it at the same exact time.
We'll recapper.
Yeah. I thought it was awesome. I loved it. I like Guy Ritchie films, though. So
good. They're Madonna's X.
Have you seen it, BBD? Have you seen any Guy Ritchie films? Snatch, Lock, Stock?
Don't think I have.
You seen Friday Night Lights?
I actually haven't, because by the time it became into my consciousness, I just knew it got bad pretty quick. I was like, oh, well, I'm not gonna.
Who told you that? They're wrong.
Season that's good, and the second season I know was bad.
Oh,
so
no.
It just never happened.
That's unfair, though.
Actually hearing it.
One storyline of the second season is bad. All the other storylines are good. And then everyone acted like they were like, oh, shit, it's going to get bad because they changed cast because it's high school. But they do that in the later seasons really, really well. It stays good throughout. It stays consistent for what it is.
At some point,
your weekends about BBD?
Jordan Doc this weekend, which we'll get into. I really can't think of anything else I did because that was like all over 2 days ago and can't have that long a memory right now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also watched a documentary on The Band, which was good.
Nice.
But very biased, like incredibly biased. But
oh
good.
yeah, I watched some Smithsonian baseball documentary thing. That was okay. Martin Sheen narrating. They did like a Babe Ruth one. They did a Hank Aaron one. Hank Aaron one was good. Babe Ruth one, they like forgot to upload the audio, so that was a tough look.
Where was this? Smithsonian?
Yeah, Smithsonian's got a baseball thing. It's the Smithsonian app. 30-day trial. It's whatever.
And they uploaded it without audio? That's tough.
They put the voice audio in like way too low. Like you couldn't hear it. Like it was definitely a mistake. Because I did the episodes around it. Because it was Hank Aaron and Luke or Gehrig, yeah. And the Babe Ruth one, the audio wasn't right. And it's like, come on, guys, Babe Ruth. Like this is the moneymaker right here.
That's the one.
That's the guy. And then yeah, I think the other big news from yesterday was Noodle the Doodle got posted on a large Doodle Instagram account. So
did you get any crossover? Any new followers on Doodle's account?
He got some new followers. He it's getting to his head, but it's deserved. So
it's good news. I found out about a Jewish minor league baseball player that they nicknamed the Rabbi of SWAT. He never panned out. He only played 2 games. He only got 8 at-bats. But the Giants wanted to rival Babe Ruth with a Jewish player because there's a lot of Jewish people in New York. So they got this guy's name was Moses Solomon. And then they nicknamed him the Rabbi of SWAT. And he was the home run king of the minor leagues. They made like a big to-do about it, but he couldn't catch a ball, so he never made it.
It's tough.
Yeah, no DH. Probably would have been the Rabbi of SWAT. Might have been a real thing if they had a DH.
Damn,
it's brutal.
Got to be more to it than that, because if you can hit a little bit, they'll find a spot for you.
So he couldn't catch it all, so they sent him back to the minors, and then he lost his power stroke, and he stayed good. Like he hit 300 for like 7 years straight in the minors, but he wasn't the power threat. So he just never got called back up.
Gotcha.
Yeah. But he hit in his 8 games. He had 3 hits with a double. Like his lifetime stats in his 2 games are really good. His 8 at bats. The Rabbi of SWAT. How about that?
We are the Rabbi of SWAT. Bum, bum,
all right. You ready for the news?
Are you ready is the question.
Yeah, we have a new soundtrack from Evan H. I always forget if it's Hutchinson or Hutchins. But he's the one that gave us it's Hutchins, right?
Yeah.
Okay. My fake baseball email is like Evan Hutchinson. You know that email I used to fuck with our friends? So it confuses me because my fake name is very similar to his real name. So anyway, let's go to the sports.
Am I just rolling? We got totally new vibes, man. You gotta. Where's the producer at? What's happening?
Yeah. So. Okay, hold on. I told him I wanted something to go under while you say the sports and I say the news.
Right. Play something spooky.
But then he labeled this intro, but it doesn't sound like an intro. It sounds like you could do it underneath. And then this one, he says we can go completely under. So here we go. Let's just do this. Here we go, Jake, to the sports. Yeah, there you go.
I can't hear it. Okay, now I can kind of hear it. Okay, yeah, a little futuristic. There we go. Now I got it. Last Dance, part 1 and 2 takes over what the sports world has been missing. 6+ million viewers to the Last Dance, and yeah, talk about frogs, because it jumped around. Joe Buck finally gets his porn proposal he's been looking for. NFL draft sneaking up, Jim. Thursday, Yeah, could be some tech stuff. Shefty was all over that. We did a mock draft, sports and stuff. NBA and the Players Union, they're going to do their salary cut starting May 15th. Yannick Ngakoue, Jimmy's guy on the Jaguars, gets in a nice fight with the Jags co-owner on Twitter. Chargers and Pats drop their new unis, Jim. But yeah, I mean, the story is Joe Buck doing porn.
That was crazy timing on your part. You ended as soon as the song ended.
Pro's pro.
Wow. Oh. Started playing again because I had it on loop. Because I thought it was going to need 2 go-arounds, but you crushed it.
Nope. Pro's pro.
All right. So The Last Dance, I mean, is the big story.
Last Dance.
Last Dance. I mean, I was young, so what was I? 97, 98. We were like 8 or 9 years old. I was living in Australia. So I don't know nothing about this season. I've never dived into it. And as far as I can tell, even people that did follow along are learning new things that kind of weren't out in the public that much in the first 2 episodes, which is cool. We were kind of poking fun on Twitter about how, like I said, it felt like we were watching a doc on shuffle mode, which I stand by.
Yeah.
But it's still fantastic. Like, it's still riveting, and I was so into every second of it and enjoying it. But it did feel shuffled up. But people were then like, "Well, you got to complain about everything." And I was like, I'm not complaining. It's great. It's like a 10 out of 10 right now. Maybe a 9.5. But it's weird how they're doing the timeline.
I found you completely riveting. And yeah, so that's, I think there was a slight miscommunication from ESPN because, I mean, it is great. It's old footage. It's MJ. This is the special project that we've kind of been waiting for. And I mean, it was timed out to come out this summer, but I guess MJ had the green light on the content, like when it could be released. And I think after LeBron won in 2016, he gave them the thumbs up to go do it. So that's pretty cool. But
this is what a real champion looks like. Do you think that's what he said?
Yeah, let me show you this. So it comes out and we're told it's supposed to be The Last Dance about the 97-98 season. They're going for their second three-peat, which I will say this, when they opened up and it's getting started and you're excited, and at the same time you're telling yourself like, wow, this kind of sucks, pandemic times, huh? But this is still cool. And then it opened up and it's like, yeah, this was the Bulls shot at their second three-peat. And you're like, yo, that's nuts. Like that stuff probably won't be seen again in sports, although you say that stuff in sports and then you do. But I mean, what they're doing is like a whole Bulls documentary and they're linking it to the final season. I mean, we got so much background on Pippen. We got background on Jordan. I think the next 2 episodes are going to be backgrounds on Rodman and Phil Jackson, which is cool. And
I think it's good.
It's great. But they advertise it as basically strict the 98 season. And when you're hopping back to Scottie Pippen's roots, you're kind of like, okay, how did we just get here? Because we were talking about something else. So, I mean, it's great that they're telling a whole story and the documentary itself is awesome. But yeah, it was a little bizarre that they kind of advertised it as The Last Dance that one season, and they're doing everything, which is cool, but kind of not what we expected.
Well, I think I didn't really know it was supposed to be just about the 98. I had just watched like the one trailer, but so I thought it was about Jordan and all the Bulls. But I didn't watch a lot or read a lot going into it. So I didn't have that feeling. But like the last 5 episodes of the 10 will probably be about the season, and they're doing all of the intro. And someone compared it to Slumdog Millionaire. So whenever like there's a problem that arises, they're going deep into the archives to figure out where the solution or the reasoning is. And I get it. Like, I understand how they put together the timeline and the thought of it. It's just, it felt very jumbled. I feel like you still could have made it a little more chronicle. Someone said, well, as a host of a Cron pod, you would enjoy this.
Yeah.
And I thought that was funny.
Yeah. No, and that's true. And it's, I don't know, kind of, I'd say a lot of documentaries have a good chronological sense to them. And I mean, this will, but it's funny they're laying out the backstories. And I don't know, there's also, you have to put together the business side of this. And like you're saying, a true 97, 98 documentary, maybe it was a 5-episode thing, but when this got to business meetings, they said, hey, how do we make this 10?
Or they just interviewed everyone and was like, holy shit, there's so many other stories that we can tie to this that are fantastic. Like him playing golf with Danny Ainge before a game, that they have that footage. Yeah. That's awesome. Jordan only getting 7 minutes, a half or a quarter or whatever. Like that whole story is awesome. So I'm thankful that they are doing it the way they're doing it, because I'm learning way more than I ever knew than if they were to just do the 98 season. Because all those little tidbits and Pippen's contract and all that, like, and Pippen's history with his dad and his brother just out of fucking nowhere becoming paralyzed. And of course that dude is going to take whatever long-term contract gets offered to him, because all he knows is that instant injuries and life-changing events can happen to you. Get locked up. Like, so I really appreciated it. I just felt like there could have been a better device to like go transition to these deep dive. Okay, now we're going, like they just did that timeline where they spun the timeline. But I feel like there could have been a better connector. But I don't know. I'm enjoying it thoroughly.
Yeah, or I don't know. I feel like if the chapters were labeled a little better, but when you start saying that stuff, it doesn't really matter. And yeah, the Pippen money thing, that could be one of those kind of questionable fillers, because yeah, Scotty obviously wanted to get paid. But like you said, he took that contract and it makes sense. Scottie Pippen made more money playing basketball than Michael Jordan. I think that fact came out afterwards. So, when you harp on something like that, blah, blah, blah. But for me, the biggest thing is, and like you're saying, these side stories and spinoffs, which again, we haven't gotten to Phil and Rodman, which the Rodman, I think I forget if they did a 30 for 30 just on him, but his story is probably the craziest of all three of them. I mean, he was just working at an airport as a guy, playing in leagues, and then he like grew 6 inches and was like, all right, I'll be the rebounding champ of the world. And it's like, that's nuts. Scottie Pippen walks on to a small school. Jordan cut from his high school team. So it is cool that we're getting all this.
Jordan wasn't cut.
Yeah, but it's the MJ story. Cut from his varsity team, excuse me. It's wild to see how the story all comes together. And, every story has its details. Scotty being underpaid probably kept that team together a little longer. And that's kind of what happened with Golden State being able to bring in Durant and stuff like that. So there are these little caveats in time that you do have to bring back up to tell the story. And yeah, I mean, it's always great to see lean athletic people make fun of a short, fat person.
Yeah. Well, I guess he was a jerk too.
Yeah. Well, he wanted credit. Napoleon syndrome.
Yeah, it was funny. They just ripped on him every chance they got.
That's tough, man. I wonder how much deeper they're going to get into that, because they're being tough on Jerry.
So far, though, Jordan comes off fantastic. Like there was, Jordan said people aren't going to like me after this, and whenever we get more practice shots or more behind the scenes in the clubhouse of him like ripping on his teammates. But I thought in the first two, Jordan came off better than we already know him. Fiery competitor, harsh teammate, but he was also joking around with guys. He didn't drink. He didn't do drugs. Like it came off pretty good for Jordan.
Yeah, Jordan got ahead of it a little bit, I think, by saying that. Because, yeah, I mean, end of the day, anything he does is kind of being an asshole. He's known as like the most competitive guy in the world. So it almost gets washed instantly. But yeah, you wonder how much more the gambling stuff comes up, or I don't know. Is it being rude to Jerry? Is it being mean to other guys on the team? What other betting type stuff is out there? So we'll see. And it's kind of interesting just texting with different buddies, and they're like, this is almost the first measurement of time sports people have had. They're like, well, now I know what I'm doing the next 4 Sundays. And it's bizarre.
Yeah, I wish they just kept rolling it, but we got to wait all till next Sunday. I got Sunday shows already that I'm bouncing, and now Katie and I are watching our Sunday shows because I want to watch this live with everyone. really messing with me.
Move up the Saturday stuff.
No, because they come out on Sunday.
Right. I'm saying move that other stuff to Saturday.
I can't. They come out on Sunday. We have shows that come out on.
Comes out. You're watching stuff that comes out on Sunday. You're sick.
That's the biggest show release day.
You're sick in the head.
Joe Buck got a porn proposal, and then he made a joke about how he watches porn, so he pays for porn already, but no thank you. It's kind of not news because all these porn companies, whenever someone goes viral or they need just instant marketing, they just offer a porn contract to someone famous. Like Casey Anthony kills her daughter. Hey, here's $1 million to do porn. They offered her $1 million, and it's a headline, So it's kind of the oldest trick in the book. But Joe Buck said, depending on the site, they could just be handing some of my money back to me. So what website do you think Joe Buck is paying for porn on?
I lean 8th Street Latinas, but I don't know.
Okay. Would you do this?
Yeah, I would. I think, and I think you're gonna see someone do it because I think the way they laid it out there was like we're looking for someone to do a play-by-play of porn, and they kind of started with the King of the Realm. It'll be interesting to see where they land. Because you'll get someone chasing clout to be able to do play-by-play of porn, and I don't know. I think people would watch. So
accepting applications.
Good content.
Yeah. Says it is accepting applications from other national and local sports commentators. I told Katie, I showed her, and I said, would you like, I'd do that. And she was like, no, you can't do that. I was like,
I don't think
I'd play it for $1 million. I'd do it.
I don't know. Depends the level of involvement. Do you have to be in the shot?
I was thinking that it's quarantine time, so everyone's just going to be it's cam shows. So I'd just be sitting here.
Right, but would your face be on it?
Probably.
Like BBD in the corner right now.
Yeah, I'd do that for $1 million. I'd do that.
I don't know. I think you've got strong family ties and stuff. I think you're a proud man headed in the right direction anyways. I don't think you'd want that stigma with you the rest of your life.
See, that's where maybe I just don't think I didn't think porn was still stigmatized that much. Like, because Katie said that too, and I was like,
porn.
wait.
Sex. And I mean, think about you still get frustrated at times when people are like, oh, the Astros guy. And you're like, no, I do a lot of other stuff for that. If you did $1 million porno thing, you'd be remembered as the porno guy, like forever.
I'd do it for $1 million. I
don't know.
And I also think quarantine times, like it's a joke. It's funny. Like everyone would understand that that's just something that's funny.
All right. Porno guy.
Yeah.
It's not like you're performing in the porn.
Yeah, it's a cam show. So I'm like, next up, blah, blah, and blah, blah. Here they are.
I'm not saying you'd be bad at it. I'm just saying the repercussions, I don't think you'd be down for in the end.
I think if I got $1 million, I could just be like, got $1 million. Paid off my student loans. Think that could be any response.
Yeah, I just think that's on your resi forever. I think it's probably how you get remembered, and I think it would close off a lot of opportunities for you in the future.
You think so?
Yeah.
Maybe I am underestimating. I thought porn lost its stigma. I thought everyone was kind of like Joe Buck openly said that he pays for porn and no one cared. Like, right. I don't think that it's 1950s anymore where people are like, oh, like, I don't think anyone's
like Joe Buck already has A, he's not doing it. B, I mean, he's very established in what he does. I mean, you're growing. You don't want to be remembered as the breakdown guy. You don't want to be remembered as the Astros guy. I mean, if you do this, you are the porno guy. And then think about future projects. And, you know, we've been in some early calls for things like that. People would be like, wait, the porno guy's doing it? No, thanks.
Yeah. if it came down to me and there was still $1 million and I just had to do a voiceover or announce on a cam show, I could use $1 million right now.
Amen. Same.
I'd do it. I was surprised. I'm surprised that you think that as well. I was surprised Katie gave me that answer as well.
Two closest people to you are saying no. We know you pretty well.
Yeah, I don't think you know how fucking broke I am and
I got
sick
an idea.
sick of being in debt.
Good idea.
I think it would lead to more opportunities. I'd do it. I think I still don't see any negatives. If it's the money's that much.
I'll call you the porn guy the rest of the week and we'll see where you're at.
I mean, that's just you being an asshole. That's
Dude,
different
I'm just
than
telling you how
that's
many
different
people,
than that's different than assholes being assholes. Like that's just my friend. That's just my best friend being an asshole.
It just sticks.
It's a little different.
It would stick. You don't think the porno guy thing would stick? It would.
I mean, it would stick for people that I don't care about. But like if you did it, that would be mean. You're just being very mean to me.
I'm just saying you would hear it a lot. So me saying it this week would be an example of you hearing a lot.
I could just mute it. And if I had $1 million, I could be like, I have $1 million. I paid off. Calls. I don't think people would, whatever. I don't think it's that bad. I mean, Lisa Ann is going on every show right now, doing every radio show and like well respected. Like,
I mean, if you want to be the next Lisa Ann, you know I've been rooting for that for a while, man.
Man, I didn't know you had such a stigma against porn.
Catch the net.
NBA and the Players Union cut salaries by 25%. So what's this mean? I mean, this is what baseball is saying they're going to have to do too. But basketball's in a different situation.
I think we're getting past that hump of like, hey, still pay people and take care of them. I mean, basketball's in the unique spot because their season's already going. So, yeah, I think it's just what's been coming with the territory.
Does this change anything about NBA coming back or anything?
I don't think so. No.
Because they're done anyway. The draft is coming up. The tech issues. I listened to your episode, and you were joking about like, you know, someone on the live stream is going to fuck up, show their kid, not wear pants. The stream's going to cut in and out, and they're going to be swearing at their computer. And I was like, yes, that's going to happen. That'll be fun.
I mean, it's such a lock. I mean, football people who are bad with technology. I mean, yeah, you're going to see someone going to the bathroom in the background, cussing. You know, we might get a little, like, legitimately, no one would be shocked if we woke up Friday morning and it's like, oh, Bucks GM has wires pulled by his kid. Like, that would be a perfectly reasonable news story.
Do you think it'll lead to an actual, like mess up a pick? Like, they lost the pick because they lost internet connection?
Apparently, they have fail-safes set up for different kind of situations like that. But I don't know, man. I mean, it's we've all wrestled with technology at one point or another, and I mean the group of people we do have dealing with it. I mean there is a world where, okay, guys, it's internet. Like, let's just do this and be okay. And some people were saying that earlier, that like there will probably be less trading and stuff during the draft because you just be focused on what you've got going on. And like, if that's the worst that happens, I mean, think about where we're at. So, but yeah, there will definitely be a snafu or something to be remembered from this draft.
I'm excited for that. Hope it messes up a big pick.
Good, clean content.
Better internet connection may lead to a quicker trade. You know, it's like a phone call race. Who can dial the numbers faster? But it's like, oh shit, well, their internet connection is going bad. So what are you offering? Okay, great. We'll take that.
It's always been my dream. And like, we have the technology so easily, like just set it up as a video game and just like, you know, have Tampa Bay offers the Falcons their first round pick and a third and send it over the video game. And it's like, okay, yes or no. but I don't think they're doing that.
It's kind of funny because that'd be art. That would be so. Video games are art imitating life, and then if you have the life imitate the art, then you're full cycle. It's like, what is
heavy.
This? Yeah. Yannick lost a fan today in me.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Your guy.
Requesting a trade, then tweets at the GM, owner, exec. What's his official title?
I think it's the co-owner. I think the Khan family owns it. Yeah.
Oh, it's the team owner's son, who's now co-owns it. Tony Khan.
I think it's like a Steinbrenner situation. It was like passed on.
So he wants to be traded. He said his last game with the Chargers was going to be his last game. Now he's just yelling at them like, why haven't you traded me? Stop hiding. And then Tony Khan is responding to him on Twitter and being as professional and courteous as you can. And Yannick's response was, just trade me. I don't need the speech. So
Khan had he had one word that lost me. In his first reply, he said, sir, which is kind of the high school kid talking to the referee. Like, I don't think you needed to use that. But yeah, everything else he executed perfectly, including the like, yeah, by the way, you're I'm sure you're really driving up the price today for your value. That was a money line. That was really good.
It is. Like, who's like,
but
like Yannick's an idiot. Like, there will be teams who were maybe considering trading for him and see this and be like, ugh, we don't want that. Like,
yeah.
That's just human nature. Why would you do that?
Yep.
And then he tweeted, to my new future team, whoever it may be, I can't wait to bring great discipline, integrity, and work ethic to that city. Wherever I may land, you're going to get the hardest working defensive end in the league. Discipline's a tough word to throw into that when you kind of couldn't even stop yourself from being an asshole on Twitter.
Yeah. Yeah, it's a tough look for the Unique Ngakoue fans today. So I'm feeling for you.
And he's been putting out these like very public like demands for a while. It's just been like, this is the first time there's been like any sort of correspondence from the team publicly. Just like for a while, he's been like, yeah, trade me. I don't want to be here anymore.
What he should have done was said like at him and be like, hey, did you guys trade me yet? And they're like, no. And he'd say, oh, okay, just checking.
Yeah.
Like, I think that would have been fair.
That would have been a little better, less aggressive, more passive aggressive. Very passive.
Oh, okay.
Aggressive.
My bad. Just checking.
Just waiting every day for that news. Yeah, he was kind of funny with it. I mean, that's a tale as old as time. Put a little humor into your mix, and it comes off better.
It's always truth and humor.
Every time a new team drops new uniforms, he should just tweet like, damn, think those would look good on me. And then that opens up. Then teams are like, maybe they do look good on him. They start mocking up pictures of him, putting the uniform on him, deciding as a panel, does it look good on him? Oh, they kind of do. Now we kind of want him. That's how you get trades done.
Speak it into reality.
Chargers and Pats drop new uniforms, Jake.
It's just so huge.
Do you like them?
I like that I like the Chargers picture. Does that help? I mean, they've got the powder blue on there, and I like that they just have a variety of uniforms. Sure.
Yeah, so that's what I was going to ask is, did they release like 20 new uniforms?
Because what was the last team we looked at? The last team had like 3 options, and we literally couldn't. The Browns, right?
The Browns.
The Browns had 3 options, and you almost couldn't tell any differences. Here, the Chargers. I mean, I'm looking at 4 like very different uniforms, basically.
Yeah, my problem with this is I can't like, what did the old Chargers uniforms look like? Like once I see these,
yeah,
I can't. I need when they release these, they need to release a side by side. These are the old ones.
Have a death to the original jersey. I don't think they want to do that because so many of them look similar.
I like the Chargers jerseys. I mean, I don't like the number on the helmet because now the helmet, like I thought they had a cool helmet, and now their helmet's kind of cluttered. I don't know if you can see that.
Yeah, I'm kind of with you on that. I could go without the number on there.
Maybe
put the number in the bolt or something like that.
Yeah. Or maybe on the
next year's. That'll be next year's.
Yeah. Those are good.
These out.
Well,
Pats, I think they literally just took their Color Rush like Thursday jerseys and just made them their go-to jersey.
They did. Hold on. Let me look at let me look at the Pats.
Just the shoulder stuff isn't great. I feel like a lot of these new uniforms got into shoulder stuff, and that's
Yeah, dude, I don't know. These are good too, but they're just I don't remember what the old Pats look like. Yeah. I know that our guy Matt was saying like it took you 2 years to make these and I made better ones and then he posted better ones, but
right.
It's all too simple for me to like the changes.
I mean, they're not really changes. They're tweaks, like you said.
I don't like the way the shoulders look in this.
Yeah, it looks like they made a jersey and then they just slapped 2 stickers on or something. It feels really unnecessary.
The way the shoulder hardline stops, kind of weird. It looks like I don't know. That looks weird. It looks like a patch. I don't care.
Yeah, I don't love it.
Don't love it.
That's is kind of changing just for the sake of change since Brady left. It's like new era.
I get that. Also, can't sell Brady jerseys. Got to sell like new jerseys somehow.
Yeah.
Anything else in the sports world? Should I cut it to half? It's halftime. Welcome to halftime, Jake.
At halftime.
Looks like safety tape on the shoulders, said Orange 224 in the chat. I agree with that. Yeah. Does look weird. Yeah, it looks like they patched him up real quickly. Oh, how's your back feeling?
Not great.
Out of coffee.
Not great. Yeah, it's a it's a struggle. Not ideal.
We're wearing the same shirt.
It's pretty nice.
Yeah. How about that?
What's above Talking Yanks there?
These are our guest shirts. I talked Yanks on Talking Yanks.
Oh, man.
There's a bunch at the office. Oh, Katie and I are going to the office today.
Pretty nice.
We need to get the printer because some dumb company still requires printed out papers. And then I might just pick up a bunch of shit. We have a whole office there.
Yeah.
You know? It's like we're in here for the long haul. So that'll be interesting, going back to the office and seeing it. Haven't seen it in like 3 weeks. So kind of a bummer.
Ghosts.
Yeah, you think so?
Oh, for sure.
Let's go to the news.
I read the news today, oh boy, and though the news was rather sad, well, I just had to laugh.
Well, it's 6 o'clock. Time for the news.
A man forced to quarantine in a ghost town with a gruesome past. He is enjoying it or not enjoying it. We will find out. Pope Francis said that whiskey is the real holy water in a censored clip that's been released. Land O'Lakes Butter removes the Native American woman from their label. A woman's attraction to chandeliers. It is not a sexual orientation, ruling say. Wow, what a bad headline. Women's attraction to chandeliers, not a sexual orientation, ruling says. And the naked cowboy won't let Corona derail his 20-year career.
I read the news today, oh boy.
Okay, a lot going on, Jake.
Ooh.
We got ghosts. We got the Pope talking about whiskey. We got Lando Lakes, and we got the naked cowboy. Oh, and a chandelier sexual attraction.
God. It feels like the news is making a fight back, Jim. What's got you here?
I don't know. I think I'm just going to go in order.
Okay.
Man forced to
we're
quarantine.
Talking about ghosts, so.
What's that?
We were just talking about ghosts. It's almost a segue.
That's true. This man was forced to quarantine in a ghost town. And we were kind of talking about this. I don't know where we were. Was it John Boy Jake? Was it Talking Yanks? Where we were talking about the couple that went to the tropical island and are now like the only people on the island. This is a little different because it looks like it's cold in this ghost town. But this looks like the opposite, like he was on a winter vacation. Let me see if I can read this here. Brent Underwood learned a tough lesson. Don't spend millions on a ghost town in which you wouldn't want to self-isolate. The 32-year-old marketer took sheltering in place to the next level when he became trapped in a California ghost town he recently purchased. The problem is there's no running water, and a snowstorm has him trapped. Plus, it may be haunted. I thought they were using ghost town as like deserted, but it's truly a haunted town. When I first got out here, I was in a t-shirt and enjoying myself, Underwood tells the Post. And then it snowed for 4 days straight, and now there's no way out. He bought Cerro Gordo, a former silver mining town with a murderous history, for $1.4 million in 2018. Aside from monthly visits, Underwood has largely left in the care of its full-time live-in caretaker of 21 years, Robert Desmarais. Ooh, that's even creepier that there's a full-time caretaker that's been there for 21 years. Like Hoarder of the Ghosts. So then when the corona happened, Underwood agreed to take over duties for a week while the caretaker checked in on his wife in Arizona, but that was a month ago. So now he's stuck in a ghost town under 5 feet of snow. There's no snowshoes here, and the road is 7 miles long down a steep hill, but that will only get him to a 35-person town without grocery stores, and he's found himself out of breath after snowshoeing for just several yards. The closest town with a grocery store is 26 miles away. Oh, shit, this is like tragic. He's been melting snow for water, and while he's out of bread and vegetables, he has enough rice and canned tuna to get him through until the snow thaws. He remains in good spirits, but a different type of spirit is giving him trouble. This article goes on and on.
Yeah, this is 3 stories in one here, but at the same time, I don't feel bad for this guy at all. You bought a town, quote unquote, for $1.2 million. And now what? Now you've trapped yourself in your ghost house.
Okay. I think that this, Jake, that's the caretaker and him. So I know it gets tiring to call conspiracy theory time and time again.
Okay.
I think maybe this dude bought a ghost town, and like any time it snows in college or high school when you're younger, or it's 32, but still the idea still comes like, wouldn't it be fun to be stuck here? Like just the thrill of it. And maybe he was like, right. Oh, I have this town. I have a cabin. We can just go there. It'd be awesome. Thinking it's going to last a week. And then now he's there for a month and like it really sucks and there's no one to be with. But at this point, I mean, get over the 14 days. You're rich enough to buy a $1.4 million town. You can probably, do the 14-day quarantine on day 14, have someone come pick you up in a helicopter, wear some fucking rich-ass plastic wrap, and go back to your real home and then do 14 days there. Seems like he's rich enough to get out of this. Now it seems like he's promoting this ghost town that he might turn into a tourist attraction.
Yeah, and it looks like he lives in Austin, Texas normally. So like, yeah, and I think the other sleeper thing here is maybe this is future advertising to like rent out the house.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think he's advertising
yeah.
something.
Like you make this into part of the Airbnb when you look at it. Feels like what's going on here, because when there's a lot of different solutions and all of them link into money. Like, I'm sure if he walked into the 35-person town, he could have an Uber waiting for him. Just seems like he's not doing that.
Dude, check out this picture of this ghost town. We're doing Wild West on Last from the Past right now. And like little ass towns like these are so cool to me. I might even make this full screen. Like that's
Cerro Gordo.
Like in the little valley there, they were mining those mountains, and that was the little town that set up shop. And then 2 kids died, and then it's not used anymore. Like, look at that. It's cool. If I had $1 million, I think I'd purchase it. I don't know what I'd do with it, but it looks awesome.
Yeah, I mean, this was just a flex by this guy to get butt. I think Austin and San Francisco are 2 places where there's a lot of new money, and it's, a pissing contest a lot. And one of the bigger trump cards is I own a town.
Yeah, look at this old town. You could definitely turn this into amusement, but I don't know how many people live close by. Like, look at these old pictures, the old railroad and the old bridge. Oh, hold on. Somehow I lost your mic.
Got me?
Oh, gotcha. Look at this one. That's crazy. Sure. That's awesome. I'm jealous of this guy, minus the whole melting snow. I don't think he's melting snow. Dude. All right. I'm sorry. That's like really cool. Fuck.
Yeah.
I do one porn announcement and get $1 million. I could buy this town off him.
Jim, you're not even factoring in the taxes. After everything, you're getting net $650. You're about halfway there. You said you want to pay off your debts. Now we're back even lower.
Yeah, it's true.
Just don't dream about it, man.
I'll up it. 1.5.
What are you upping? Price of the house?
No. Price of me announcing, me being the cam announcer.
Demands now. Wow. Porn guy.
Yeah. The Pope said that whiskey is the real holy water in a censored thing.
I mean, a 22-year-old James O'Brien. This hits, two of your top 5 things you got going on.
Well, I like whiskey a whole bunch.
You love popes.
I'm not into Catholicism at all. Although the new pope's fine. It's just funny.
What did you name our second? What did you specifically name our second college house?
Pope House.
Okay. Defense has no more questions.
What was I on trial for?
I can't talk about it, man.
You're the
case
defense?
Is solved.
Well, you're the defense?
Yeah, man. I'm just getting my message out to the public.
What are you on trial for then? That you had to ask me that question.
I can't talk about that, man.
So Kearney said the Pope was really down to earth with them all and didn't opt for the usual procedure when handed the bottle of whiskey as a gift. He said when they handed him the bottle, instead of just handing it to his assistant as he normally would with the gift, he held it up and said, "Questa è la vera acqua santa," which means this is the real holy water. It's just kind of funny that like the Pope makes a joke and is a normal human, and that's a headline. That shows you where things went wrong.
He guffawed with laughter as it was a real icebreaker with the students to put everyone at ease. Yeah, I mean, this ties into one of my few stand-up jokes that, I mean, the people in the religious community just have it too easy to make a joke.
Yeah. You're right. There's some stand-ups about that.
Your drunkard friend at the bar says, this is the real holy water. You don't even tell people he made that joke. You're kind of mad that he made that joke.
It was a pretty bad
Pope
joke.
makes that joke. It's a worldwide international phenomenon.
Yeah, I think people are trying to say the Pope's a bad guy now because of this, which is annoying.
Well, and all the other stuff, but
Land O'Lakes butter are getting rid of the Native American woman on their logo. Was anyone even coming at them? Like, I understand them doing this because that's kind of, everyone is, but it never seemed like a disrespectful logo, or at least making them logos at all might be disrespectful. But was anyone coming at Land O'Lakes? Like, people have been coming at the Redskins because that's actually a terrible term for a while.
Well, Jim, you're here hosting a sports and news podcast where the Redskins would get brought up. We don't have a butter podcast. I'm not in that community at all, so I'd assume this is pretty big news amongst butter Twitter.
So this is the new logo. The new logo is pretty good.
Yeah,
I'm fine with it.
Yeah, Land O'Lakes, and you got the Native American on there. Yeah, there's some bad taste stuff there. So I'm sure somebody was giving them some guff.
I wonder who.
No, it sucks. That person probably made it a pretty significant mission to get the Land O'Lakes cover changed. And now they've got nothing to do.
Yeah. I'm going to speed read this because I want to know what happened.
Sure.
The Butter Maiden is no more. Dairy Cooperative Land O'Lakes has removed the image of a Native American woman from its butter packaging. The co-op's logo depicted a Native American woman kneeling on a mound of grass holding a package of butter and an image that critics have said is offensive. The company issued a press release in February announcing it was revamping the label to showcase farmers and commemorative Land O'Lakes' 100th anniversary, but the press didn't release even mention the Butter Maiden. The original logo was painted in 1928 and has been updated a number of times over the years. The new label is very similar to the old one, with the obvious omission and some new text that says farmer owned above the Land O'Lakes brand mark since 1921 below. So they said some people were coming at them. As Land O'Lakes looks towards our 100th anniversary, we recognize we need packaging that reflects the foundation and heart of our company's culture. And nothing does that better than our farmers owned, whose milk is used to produce Land O'Lakes dairy products, Beth Ford, the company's president, said in the press release. The change was welcomed by those who say the image is racist and an example of cultural appropriation. The new logo has already started to appear on packaging for some products and will be fully rolled out by the end of 2020. Yeah. I guess I'm kind of interested in the history of why that was their logo. Like, what did that Native American women have to do with? Because like, were they going with from the land and Native Americans from the land?
I think you got it. Trying to make it seem like it was, made in the USA almost type stuff.
Yeah.
I think the other strong angle here is Land O'Lakes being like, hey, nobody's come at us for this, and we could probably get some good PR. So let's just get ahead of this.
Yeah, it's great. It's good play by them. I think so. We're all talking about them.
We wanted to get in touch with all the media and say that we have finally done it. Like, what?
Yeah. And even bigger news, Jake, a British woman who has been in a long-term relationship with a 92-year-old German chandelier has been told that her attraction to historic light fittings is not considered to be a protected sexual orientation. So that's good.
Pisses me off, man.
Pisses you off that she's not allowed to be in a sexual relationship with a chandelier?
Just pisses me right off. You know I have experience with lights, less experience with women, but I just don't know. I mean, are they in love?
You know what's a little upsetting about this? Jim Watterson, media editor.
She has a sexual attraction to Lumiere from Beauty and the Beast, who I've been compared to often.
Yeah, she's attracted to all the chandeliers. But the picture above is just a picture of a chandelier. Like, I want to know the chandelier she's attracted to.
Right. Is it a hot chandelier or not?
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Because, like, some chandeliers are beautiful, elegant.
Right.
They transcend you to a time and place. Like, they can be pretty moving. Think about the Titanic. That was nice.
It's a great chandelier, all time.
Yeah, well, it was one of the all-time chandeliers.
Yeah, I mean, it's Titanic, Lumiere. What's another famous chandelier? It's got to be a good one in the White House or something, right?
You would like to think.
Maybe where does the Queen live? Buckingham Palace.
Buckingham. Yeah, there's probably a chandelier there. I'm just looking at pictures of the chandelier in the Titanic. There's one of it at the bottom of the sea. Sad.
Not as fun.
The next story we have here, I don't know about this one. The naked cowboy is still doing his thing. So
in Times Square?
Yeah. He's doing it. I mean, like, I don't get it. I mean, I've never got it, but people love him and stuff.
Yeah.
He's been doing it for 20 years. I made the decision probably 25 years ago that I'd be the most celebrated entertainer of all time, that I would be the number one icon representing New York for all time to inspire, impact, and motivate. I'm big Tony Robbins guy, all about goal. Oh, I'm out. So, I mean, sure. I mean, who's he doing it for? How's he making money if no one's there to take pictures with him?
I mean, hey, he's in Rolling Stone magazine. There's some good press for him. And yeah, hey, I mean, a little respect to what he does. I mean, he hasn't missed one day in 20 years, 6 months, and 28 days, man. I mean, you appreciate a good streak.
I want someone on his worst day, go find me video footage of like how miserable he was.
That's tough, man.
Well, no, it's like Jordan's flu game. Like, I want to see him grind it out.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, Jordan's flu game isn't his worst day. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
like that's one of Jordan's most inspired performances ever.
But he was Jordan's feeling like, I want the day where he was his worst day where he was like, man, I don't want to perform today. I am so sick. I'm puking. I'm throwing up. And then I want to see him gut that out.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, again, I think it's a couple different things there. Cause I think when anyone's sick like that, I think you get a little inspired and you're like, you know what? There's some people that wouldn't be out here doing this. I'm going to really shove today. And I think that's what you see in Jordan in the flu game. And that's probably what you're asking for his worst. You're going to get his best.
Yeah. Yes. We're on the same page. We're just saying two different things. I want to see his gutsiest performance.
You want to see his highlights.
Yeah. I want to see the before and after, throwing up in the room and then going out there and just giving it his all. But weird guy.
Wonder if there's some fibs to that streak too. Like,
guaranteed.
He's been out there every day. Like one day he just went out, undies, guitar, gave one strum and went back inside.
I guarantee it. It's like Lou Gehrig's streak. I'm sure it's been altered and doctored a little bit.
I don't know.
Good for him.
Anyone I believe it's that guy.
I mean, he is the living embodiment of your quote. You can do anything you want in this world.
It's America, man.
This guy tells his parents, I'm gonna wear whitey tighties and a cowboy hat and sing for people every single day. No, you're not, son. It's a terrible dream. How are you even gonna? No one's done that. And then look at him. He's done it.
Just wait. Probably rich, right?
Living well. I don't know, man. Because like, once you quit, you know.
Who do you think gets the nod? Who do you think gets the nod for the porn commentary? You or Cowboy?
Dude, I don't know. Does he have time? He's got to be outside in Times Square.
Well, you could play earlier in the day and then come inside. You know.
Give him the nod, but it depends on the price. Because I've raised mine to 1.5.
I'm interested to see. So you won't do it for $1 million. Me and Katie were right. Nice.
Well, you inspired me to ask for more.
Inspirational guy. I mean, that's what you get every day, babe.
That's the end of the news. The naked cowboy still out there. Who's he out there for? Like the fucking sanitary workers?
Rolling Stone, baby.
I think he's like, you give me a live shot of Times Square right now. Is the naked cowboy strumming and playing, or is he just kind of sitting down looking at his phone while no one's around him? Someone get it? Show me. All right. I think that's the rest of the show. You got anything else? You want to do bet of the day? I know that. Hold on. I know we made.
Yeah, where's the bet of the day music?
Bet of the day. It's the bet of the day. Bet of the day. Bet of the day.
I know we made BBD write it down last time.
Yeah.
One moment.
Is the Taiwan Baseball League, do they have odds and stuff?
Jim, we've got a huge event coming up Thursday, NFL Draft, man. It's draft week.
Yeah, but we got a show tomorrow.
Yeah, but we're gonna get 3 bets this week, and then we'll be able to check on them next week.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, make the people some money.
There's no games in the CPBL.
I think you ultimately said you couldn't find odds, and we didn't end up putting one, but we wanted to play the music last week. Because I didn't write anything, but I wrote bet of the day and underlined it, put a colon.
When was it when Jake texted you?
Oh, you did text later. You said you would find something later.
Wow, BBD.
I thought Jake texted you his bet.
He texted both of us.
And I thought I agreed with him. We got to go pretty up. Why are we texting so much?
It's free money.
Okay, Tottenham Hotspur.
Yes, that's what
it was an esports thing.
We were both on the Spurs.
Yeah.
Against Porto.
So, I mean, Spurs won.
Fabio Silva.
Yeah, Spurs won. We'll chalk that up as a win.
Chalk that, yeah. Only way we can find out if we lost is if BBD finds it or keeps track of the bets. So
there's no way of finding that. So
yeah. So you have a bet for today? You're doing three NFL draft bets?
Drafts coming up. I'll leak you one per day so you can make a little queso on Thursday night. Which one will I give them first for that free good money? The first free money I will give you is, let's see, LSU players drafted. No. Let's go total quarterbacks drafted, Jim. Total quarterbacks drafted in the first round, and I'm going to go over. Ooh, God, it's a tricky one. Never mind. They tried to trick me with that one. They didn't give me a half point on it. We're going to do total.
We don't want to push.
Total Ohio State players drafted in round 1. We are going to go over 2.5. And that one makes you some money, Jim.
2.5?
Yeah.
Okay. Over, huh? 2.5.
The Ohio State, yep.
Jake is stupid, but he's smart.
Well, I meant to hit that I didn't agree with you, but I hit the wrong button. So of course I agreed with you. Enjoy the money. Who are your 3 players from Ohio State getting drafted?
Well, they're going to have probably the 2nd and 3rd picks in the draft. With Okuda, your guy at corner, Big Chase coming off the end. And then I think their running back ends up sneaking into the end of the first round. So there's your 3.
Wow. All right. Thanks, Jake. Appreciate it.
Problem.
That ends the show. See ya tomorrow. We'll talk about other things and more stuff. And hopefully Jake's back feels just a touch better.
Just a little bit would be nice.
Just a little bit better would be nice for Jake. Goodbye. Nice music.